Okay, Stephen, I'm going to hand over to you to start the Secrets of Tobago Part 3 webinar. It is all yours.
Thank you very much, Sarah, and thank you, agents from around the world. Welcome, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day, as they would say in Tobago, good night, and welcome to this, the third and final Secrets of Tobago webinar for 2024. I have, hopefully I have three fantastic guests for you. And an amazing presentation for you. So without further ado, I'm going to start the slide, start sharing and start getting my slides up and running. Hopefully we won't have any technical issues. And if somebody could just indicate that they can see this first slide clearly, a little thumbs up, a little heart or something, that it's all nice and clear. Everyone can see this clearly? Is it all lovely? Somebody say yes? No? Yes, I've got a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Wonderful, brilliant. Well, just to introduce my guests, following my brief introduction to the island and to where we're going to be talking about today, we will have Kerry Bartholomew from the gorgeous Coco Reef Resort and Spa, followed by one of the representatives. There's a little bit of discussion about who is actually going to be on the presentation from the Shepherd's Inn, which is just down the road from Coco Reef. So we've got two in that same area. And then we were going to have the incredible Phil Williams, who's going to talk to you about some of the little secrets that southern part of Tobago has to offer. And once again, we have my partner in crime, Marsha Patrick, who works in Paradise. I keep asking we should swap. She could come in the UK and I can work in Paradise, but she keeps telling me no. And she will be on the chat. So if you have any questions as the presentation proceeds, please put that in the chat. And Marsha will be able to, well, should be able to answer all or any of those questions. So as usual, for those who've been to my presentation, been on my presentations before, you'll know I always like to start with a video just to get everyone in the mood and in the vibe and in the feel of Tobago. And as with the last one last month, because we've just finished Tobago Carnival and we've just had a plethora of festivals on island, I'm still in a festival mood. So I'm going to introduce and show you a brand new video which we only had commissioned earlier this year, Marsha? I'm losing my brain. I think it was earlier this year. We had this commissioned earlier this year. No, it was end of last year, wasn't it? End of last year. I had this brand new video commissioned which focus on the festivals and carnivals and vibe that Tobago has to offer. So I shall put that on for you now. Enjoy, sit back, relax, and welcome.
The Tobago Heritage Festival is us as a people reenacting with our old traditions, full of dance, music, drums. It is the spirit of Tobago.
This is an island of celebration. From the Black Rock Festival to the Harvest Festival and everything in between.
In one specific village, we celebrate this harvest, and you don't even have to know the people. You just come in and we welcome you, then you enjoy the festivity. You could go from house to house.
The impact of our music or drumming or singing or dance is its ability to bring people together, but it's also that idea of heritage that we connect to all the time.
Anytime I hear the music or hear the drumming, it raises something in you.
If you don't come to our island and do a bit of revelry, you are missing out. Music is the pulse of our people. It's the way we express ourselves.
Tambrin originate in this community.
We love that music. Once we hear it, we had to go. You feeling the scene, we had to get up, we had to dance.
The Tobagonian dances, we have a number of influences, a lot of the footwork, a lot of the groundedness, which is representative of our African tradition.
Most thing we're famous for is the brush back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
When you move, you feel. When you move, you engage. And when you move, you inspire.
Tobagonians love to dance. Even our birds love to dance.
Wake up, people, wake up.
But amidst all this sound of different things and different cultural activities, what I really enjoy is a peacefulness that comes through all of it.
We are a beautiful people, the people of Tobago. We show love and respect to strangers and hope that they will enjoy the island whenever they visit. Tobago is love.
Tobago is unity.
Tobago is rhythm.
Tobago is community.
Tobago is family.
Tobago is tranquility.
Tobago is
Wonderful, wonderful. And yes, it is paradise. Yes, hopefully after this presentation, you'll all have that nice paradise feel. So without further ado, let me proceed because we do, as I say, have three wonderful guests to talk to you. So first of all, where we are, just as a reminder, are right at the very bottom of the crest of the Caribbean islands. We are the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. We're a two-island state, but our focus today is just on the beautiful island of Tobago. And this image actually just highlights how close we are to South America. So with regards to the bird life, with regards to the quality of our coral systems, South America actually influences Tobago, the beauty that Tobago has to offer, incredibly. A lot more so than some of the other Caribbean islands. So yes, very, very beautiful, lovely location. Getting there for our UK agents, I have an important update. Getting there, we currently have the twice weekly service on British Airways, which touches down in St. Lucia. As of next April, that service is going to be reduced to once a week on the Friday throughout the whole of next summer into next winter. But the key new news, you always had the option to fly your customers via Port of Spain. But the brand new news is the fact that we now have that fully interlined, allowing you to actually book those tickets all the way through, which then opens up another 3 flights a week to Tobago. The flight down from Port of Spain to Tobago takes only 20 minutes. It's practically a bus service that the locals call it. But those additional 3 flights a week with the original direct service does open up options for you going forward. For my Canadian and North American guests, we do still have various services out of the States and out of Canada, the seasonal services out of Canada, but I don't have a slide highlighting those because I'm trying to get through this beginning bit quite early as quickly as possible. But we do have other options available from the stateside. Key thing to point out, we only have really 2 seasons because we are so far down south. We're much closer to the equator. So again, we don't have the seasonal changes like some of the other islands further north. Average temperature is about 25 to 30 degrees. We are a lovely, warm, hot climate. We only have the 2 seasons. The dry season is the first half of the year. December through to April, May time is classed as dry season. So it is literally dry. Occasional rainy days, but it's predominantly dry and hot. Really, really lovely. In the summer months, it's a little bit more humid. It is classed as wet season, but we don't have the monsoons like you have in Asia. So we don't have weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of rain. It's short, heavy showers. If anyone knows anything about the Caribbean, been there, sold it, they know it's short, heavy showers. If there's a tropical storm in the area, then obviously you'll have a week of rain or what have you. But you know, they are acts of God and they rarely pass by. One key thing to say or to point out with regards to this slide is we are a year-round destination. We promote ourselves and sell ourselves as a year-round destination. So it doesn't matter when your clients want to come. We will have a number of sports activities, festivals, events throughout the whole year, which will attract guests and attract visitors that visitors can come and participate in. So anytime that the customers want to visit, send them to Tobago. The last slide I'm going to have is just to introduce you to the area we're going to be talking about today. Now, for those who joined the previous 2 presentations, the first one was set up in Speyside area. up in the northeast and around Charlottesville, around that northern peninsula. The second one last month was this northern Caribbean coast, from Castara all the way up to Puerto Rico. Some wonderful secrets and surprises from that whole region. This presentation is focused very much on the southwestern tip of the island, predominantly around the Crown Point area, but as far up as Baku and perhaps even up to Plymouth, and definitely incorporating some elements of Scarborough. What you have in the southern western tip are a couple of golf courses, the majority of the resort hotels, loads of restaurants, bars, lots of activities available for your customers. But yes, that's it. I'm just going to point out that this is the area we're going to be talking about. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my first guest, and that is Kerry from the Coco Reef Resort and Spa. Kerry, are you with us? Can you hear us?
I am, and I hope you can hear me. I apologise to anyone watching because I am at another event, so apologies for any background noise you might hear.
Superb. I can see you, I can hear you. Just let me know when you want to move on to your next slide. Okay.
I'm ready. Great. Hello. Thank you to so many of you that have joined today. It's really great to see that we've got so many people that want to learn more about Tobago and you know, what the island has to offer. So by way of an introduction, my name's Kerry Bartholomew. I'm based in the UK at Clear Marketing. We're the UK representatives for Coco Reef Resort and Spa. That said, we welcome guests from all over the world, so delighted to have you all with us. So I think what should be on my first slide that you should be seeing next is a map of the island. Now, I know Stephen has just covered that one for you, but it's really just to show you where we are on the island. We're fortunate enough to be located between two amazing beaches, Store Bay and Pigeon Point, which I'll tell you a little bit about shortly. Moving on then, you will see the look and the feel of the hotel. Now, Coco Reef Resort and Spa is one of the most well-known resorts on Tobago. It's certainly one of the most famous, and the image that you should be seeing shortly shows the outside of the resort, our beautifully manicured garden. When you arrive at Coco Reef, you know that you're somewhere special. Now, Tobago itself really embraces tradition, culture and style, and we also embrace that at the property. Now, when you arrive at Coco Reef, we're only 5 minutes from the airport, so a nice short transfer time. When you arrive at the hotel, you're greeted at our big golden gates that we have. It's very elaborate, it's very welcoming. You kind of go up the driveway, there's beautifully manicured gardens, there's bird life, and then you arrive at the hotel. We are fortunate enough to be located directly on our own private beach. Now, traditionally and typically beaches in Tobago are public. However, we have our own, on the next slide you should see here, we have our own little secluded crescent-shaped beach which no one can get access to. So we like to say that it's private, and it's a very shallow lagoon. It's the warm Caribbean Sea. You can go out, you can dive from here because we do have a dive shop on property. Great for small children as well. I've got a couple of images I'll show you shortly as well. So moving on then, you can see our beautiful beach. It's a Caribbean coast, so it's that warm water, it's that white sand. We have Store Bay if you look out the hotel, if you look towards the left, Store Bay, which I personally love because there's lots of local rum shops, there's arts and crafts, local food where you can go and get your crab and dumpling. A lot of the boat trips come into Store Bay as well, so it's quite lively in this area. And to the right, you have Pigeon Point, which is a bit further away, but you walk through Crown Point. So when you are at this resort, there's lots of bars, restaurants, nightlife, all within walking distance. So you're not confined into your resort. Moving on, you can see that we have this beautiful beach. One more again, please, Stephen. And this is one of my holiday snaps. I always like to show this because I'm fortunate enough to work with some amazing hotels in the Caribbean, Coco Reef being one of them. But I always say my favourite family holiday ever was to Tobago. My son that you can see here on the beach was only 3.5 at the time. We had the beach to ourselves. We have got new sun lounges since this picture was taken. So if anyone's arriving imminently, we've got nice new lounges. And then moving on again, Stephen, you can also see my son again, out playing with the fish in the sea. So as you can see, it really is a shallow lagoon. What we used to do is we would get bread rolls and cakes and breakfast, take them down and sprinkle the crumbs into the ocean, and then all of those fish would be swimming all around your feet. Moving on then, please, Stephen. We can see that we have got one main resort pool. This is a freshwater pool. It overlooks the beach. We do complimentary non-motorised water sports, the dive centre that I told you about, and we can also organise deep sea fishing as well. Moving on, you will then see our lobby. Now, as I said, it does feel very elaborate when you arrive at the hotel. So whilst it is traditional, it does feel special. It's elaborate, it's quite opulent, but without feeling tacky. We have these terracotta tiles, grand lobby, quirky artwork. When you move along to the next slide, you can see that, yes, we do have wicker furniture, and we've got the floral print, which is known as synonymous in the Caribbean, but you know what? We love it. We own it as part of our style. So there's a lovely lounge. We do evening entertainment several evenings a week here. You can look out onto the beach. We do also have afternoon tea. Moving on, you can get the look and the feel of our accommodation. Now, we are a small resort. We have only got 135 rooms. And as you can see, they are traditional in their style. They do have the floral bedspread that matches the curtains, that matches the cushions. But again, as I said, we embrace it. We love it. When you move along, Stephen, you'll see that when we have repeat guests, or when you've got VIPs, which I like to call myself one of these, they name the suite after you. So let us know. Contact the hotel if you've got some important guests coming, and then instead of being invited to room 241, they will name the suite after you. I've still got my plaques from when I had my holiday here. Next slide, please, Stephen. We also have a couple of accommodations that are like villa setting as well. Now, they don't have kitchen facilities. You don't cater for yourselves here, but if you have got guests that want a little bit more space. Moving on, we are breakfast inclusive property, and we have 2 restaurants. This is Tamara's, which is where you can have breakfast and dinner. The food here always exceeds expectations. The food is incredible, and actually we just appointed a new chef a month ago, and he's raised the bar for the food and drink. We've got some nice exciting new menus as well. So the next restaurant you'll be seeing is Bacchanal's, which is down on the beach. So we do a barbecue here, we do a buffet, we have lunch. It's open all day for snacks as well. Moving on, please, Stephen. We also are a great location for events, celebrations, destination weddings and honeymoons. We've got a great events coordinator, Janelle, who really kind of looks after you. She can organise private dining, and it's a beautiful location for proposals as well. Next slide, please. Last year, we opened our Coco Kids program. So because this is such a family-friendly resort, as you can see, with the shallow lagoon, the great beach, we've got many interconnecting rooms. Lots of them offer 2 queen beds. It's great for families. So we introduced our Coco Kids program last year. That's complimentary year-round. On to the next slide, you'll see that we've got a small little gym facility here. We also have a spa, and you can organise treatments as well. Well, I think I have one more slide after this. Yeah, of course, weddings. I've already covered that a little bit with Janelle. We have some lovely weddings here. The hotel is small enough that if you wanted to do a buyout, you can, or if it is just the 2 guests, or they want to bring a group with them, then, you know, Janelle can take care of you. So on to the last slide then, you'll see that beautiful like kind of driveway that I was telling you about. You can see that we love the hotel. It's traditional, it's quirky, great service, lovely accommodation, and if I haven't said it enough, I have one of my best holidays ever here. So please do consider Coco Reef for your clients, and if they want something with real personality and authenticity. Thank you very much.
Kerry, thank you very much. It was very quick and straight to the point and wonderful. Just to add to that, I've been very fortunate. I have to remind myself how fortunate I am. I've been fortunate to stay at Coco Reef on a few occasions, and I've loved every single time, every single second of it. It is a lovely, 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 lovely resort. I absolutely adore your beach area. It's fantastic. And breakfast at your restaurant every morning is to die for. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's a lovely, lovely resort. So, questions.
Oh, can I just say, sorry, just before I drop off, it might be the same thing you were going to say, because I am at another event. I am going to be dropping off before the end. So if anyone has any questions, please put them in the Q&A or the chat, and I'll be on for about another 15 minutes so I can answer, but obviously not to distract from the other presentations.
Worry not. I was supposed to mention that before we started, and I completely forgot about it. So guys, if you have any questions, obviously now would be the time. So please, 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 Sarah, I think I need to go to Sarah. Sarah, do we have, or Marsha, do we have any questions for Kerry right now while she's here?
Let
She
me
will be here.
just check. Okay, what is the USP of Coco Reef in comparison to other hotels?
Tobago's only private beach. That is our unique selling point.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Does Coco Reef offer an all-inclusive option?
Yes, we do. So we do offer an all-inclusive meal plan that can be purchased as an add-on all year round.
Do you have any agent rates?
We do, yeah. So drop me an email. I can put it in the chat, but it's just Kerrie, KERRIE @clear-marketing.com. Drop me an email and we can look at rates for you.
Super. And last question, what type of water sports are included?
So it's non-motorized. So we've got the sea kayaks. We have snorkeling is complimentary. We have got a hobby cat. It's not always in use though. So yeah, it's just your non-motorized. Because we are in a secluded cove and it's a bay, we don't have water like motorized water sports coming in.
Super. Thank you very much, Kerrie.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. And once again, thank you, Kerrie. And as Kerrie has pointed out, she will be in the chat. So if you do have any questions in the next 10 minutes or so, please put it in the chat and Kerrie will answer them for you. So now I will move on to our next guest. I didn't actually get to introduce, I believe it's Josanne from Josanne Shepherd from Shepherd's Inn. Are you with us, Josanne?
Hi, good morning. Yes, I'm with you.
You are fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, Josanne is from Shepherd's Inn, which again, I have to, I mean, I am very fortunate, and it is sounding a bit funny. I have had the pleasure of staying at Shepherd's Inn also. I loved every second. I've had work trips there and I've had my own personal holiday there as well. And yes, it's a lovely, lovely, wonderful property which you're about to see. So without further ado, Josanne, please proceed.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so good morning to everyone. It's a pleasure to be joining you this morning to just share a bit with you about our property, which is Shepherd's Inn Tobago. All right, and we are located in Crown Point, just a stone's throw away from the airport, and we are an intimate 31-room hotel, boutique hotel, that is, sorry. So where we're located, we have close proximity to the beaches, just a short walk from Store Bay as well as Pigeon Point, while we do offer complimentary beach shuttles twice daily to both beaches, Store Bay and Pigeon Point Heritage Park. As I mentioned before, we're located very close to the airport, just about 2 minutes drive to the airport. And to make it easier for our guests, we do offer a complimentary airport transfers to and from the airports. All right, we are located very close to public transportation as well as the taxi routes, so making it easy to get in and around the island is very easy and seamless when you stay with us at Shepherd's Inn. Okay, yes, you can go on, Stephen. Sorry, 2 down. 1 more. All right, so I am excited to share this photo with you. So from our social media pages, business would have known that we would have been doing some expansion. So we were originally a 23-room hotel. As of earlier this year, we're now 31 rooms. So to the top of your screen, you would see which is our pond rooms below, and our newest extension, which are our pond view rooms to the top. It overlooks the pool area and our restaurant. So we're very excited to have that ready and available for business for booking from, we've started a soft launch, but from 2025. Okay, so our accommodation, what's our accommodation like? We have 1 3-bedroom suite, which is our Bo Peep suite. It's located in our garden area. We have 1 2-bedroom suite, which is located close to the poolside area. We have 8 pond rooms, that's the wooden cabanas on the ground level. And we have 6 pond view rooms, that would be to the top in the picture we showed previously. and they overlook the poolside and our restaurant, as mentioned. And we have 12 pasta rooms, which is very intimately located in our garden area. Okay, so our accommodation, in terms of the rooms, they come with either a queen size bed or 2 single beds. And our pond rooms have a maximum of 2 persons per room, while our pasta rooms can accommodate up to 3 persons. Our 2-bedroom suite, 4, and our Little Bo Peep suite can accommodate a max of 7 persons. All right, so some of our amenities. All of our rooms are air conditioned. We offer complimentary Wi-Fi, flat screen TV with Netflix, in-room safe, mini fridge, coffee and tea making facilities, and private bathroom with shower and complimentary toiletries. So those are some of the amenities that we offer. And to the bottom photo, that is the view from our newly added pond view room. So a really nice view of our pool and restaurant area. Okay, so speaking about our restaurant at Shepherd's Inn, we have the Betsy's Hope restaurant, and it offers authentic Tobago cuisine. Foods are locally sourced, or ingredients are locally sourced, and our restaurant is open daily from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. It offers breakfast, lunch, dinner, and drinks and cocktails. And our meal plans include breakfast only, half board, and all-inclusive, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and drinks as well. Here at Shepherd's Inn, we do offer weddings, wedding services. Ceremonies can be done in our garden area, while receptions can be done at our Betsy's Hope restaurant and our poolside. So you have the garden weddings. We can do it basically for venue-only rentals, as well as the all-inclusive experience, which would include everything from arranging your minister, your accommodation, your ceremony, your meals and drinks, etc. for your reception. We do have a dedicated coordinator, which happens to be me as well. So I am more than happy to assist persons with planning their special moment in terms of your wedding or elopement or anything, love. We also would do meetings and events, so anniversaries, milestone events, birthday parties, corporate events, family reunions, group getaways. So anything events and so forth, we also assist you in making those arrangements. With our addition of the Pondview rooms, we would have added a meeting room, a dedicated meeting room. And this room can accommodate up to 35 guests, theater style, and up to 25 guests set up with your tables, so boardroom or U-shaped style. It does come with state-of-the-art audiovisual equipment, so your projector, we do have a very large screen television for your presentations. It comes with a sound system and microphone, as well as your recording options as well. Wi-Fi, air condition, and we can arrange the refreshments and snacks, and we do have parking on site. We are proud to say, once again, we have been recertified with Green Key. So we would have been one of the first properties in Tobago to receive Green Key certification. It's something we're very proud of. And we continue to champion the cause of Green Key and sustainable tourism in Tobago. So we have kept our measures in place in terms of energy efficiency, water conservation, waste reduction, local and sustainable sourcing of materials and ingredients for our restaurants, and then to show our guests aware of what we are doing in the scope of Green Key. And we do have measures in place to get you, our guests, involved as well. So, coming to an end, why choose Shepherd's Inn? We are small and friendly, just 31 rooms, so we're not a larger property, very intimate. We are very conveniently located in the area of Crown Point. So you have your nightlife, just walking distance, your restaurants and your bars, and the beaches, most important. Local hospitality, our team is very warm and welcoming and pleasant. And it's affordable comfort. So you do get value for your money when you stay at Shepherd's Inn Tobago. Okay, and that brings me to the end of my presentation, and I'm not sure if we're taking any questions now.
Josanne, thank you very much again. I just want to add for the agents who are attending, the location of Shepherd's Inn is only 5 minutes away from the previous property, the Coco Reef Resort and Spa. So, you know, with regards to walking out into Crown Point on a Friday and Saturday night, it's just a question of what type of feel and vibe that you want. This is a lovely, as I said, I've stayed here on my own holiday. I've stayed here on work trips, and it's a lovely, 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 lovely property. I wouldn't stay here on my own trip if it wasn't lovely. I'm a bit of a snob, sorry to say that. And I love it here as much as I would love it as a different experience at Coco Reef. Both nicely located. You've got Store Bay Beach just there, with all the water sports. I mean, people were asking about the different types of water sports available. So you've got all the jet skis and all the sort of powered stuff there as well. And it's a gorgeous beach location. And as I just pointed out, Friday and Saturday night down in Crown Point. Oh, Baba, yes, that's the place to be if you want to shake a hip or two. So sorry, me babbling on or two. Again, questions. Any questions for Josanne at Shepherd's Inn, please? Sarah, I've got to say, Sarah, come in, Sarah.
Sorry, yeah, we don't have any questions so far. The only question we've got pending is for Signature Excursions, our events in Tobago, which Marsha is typing an answer to.
Right. Okay. What else can I say? I mean, the only thing that you didn't mention is literally just on your road. There's a few bars just before you even get down to the Crown Point area. So it's it's a lovely, lovely location. And obviously, Josanne will be on the chat as well going forward. So if you do have any further questions about the property, obviously, you know, if Josanne has to leave, even myself and Marsha, we know the property very well as well. So yeah, we'll be able to answer any questions later on. So Josanne, thank you very much. Thank you very much appreciated. And please stay on as long as you can and answer any questions that come up. Thank you. So that is Shepherd's Inn. That's two properties that we've just introduced you to, both in the Crown Point area, both within walking distance of each other, and both very, very different in their own style and their own vibe. My third and final guest for this webinar, and of course this year, because this is the last webinar of the year, is the incredible Phil Williams. Now, those who joined us in the last Secrets of Tobago had found out from Phil how knowledgeable he was on the flora and fauna in our Caribbean region. Now, Phil is going to introduce you to some of the secrets of this southwestern area down in Crown Point and in that triangle, that lovely triangle of area that I pointed out to you earlier on. So Phil, please tell me you are here and ready to go and available.
I am here. I'm just experiencing a little challenge there, but we will still proceed. Yes.
Can you see the screen?
I'm seeing the screen.
And we can hear your voice fantastically.
So
I think, yes, we can hear you wonderfully. So
you can see me as well?
Hear you. Yes, we can see you.
Right.
I don't think they need to see you. They need to see the screen.
All right.
So, without further ado, I shall proceed with the presentation. Go ahead, Phil.
Sure. So good morning, good day to everybody. I am Phil of TTT Excursions, and I am a local. I've been born in Tobago, and I have been executing tours throughout the length and breadth of Tobago for the last 10 years. Tobago is 27 miles long by 7.5 miles wide. And this morning or this afternoon, we are just going to be focusing on the southwestern end of the island, which pretty much encompasses 3 of the 7 parishes that are found on the island, namely the parish of St. Andrews, the parish of St. David's, and we are also going to be doing some in the parish of St. Patrick's. So I'm going to be sharing with you 6 of the secrets that you can find on the southwestern part of the island. And the first one that I would like to touch on is the leatherback turtle. So do you know that here on the shores of Trinidad and Tobago, we have the 2nd largest leatherback turtle nesting site in the world? Have any of you heard that before? If you have not heard it, well, today you are here and in for a treat. So the leatherback turtles frequent the shores of Tobago, particularly during the months of March and the end of August each year. And we have a lot of locals and tourists who enjoy coming to see the leatherback turtles because of the sheer quantity of them that actually come to our shores on a yearly basis. The leatherback turtle, while vulnerable, Trinidad and Tobago, the authorities have taken note of this, and we have employed some measures to help keep our population intact. And so if you are found with eggs or trying to hamper the leatherback turtle, you can be fined as much as up to $100,000 for doing such, and imprisonment for up to 6 months. So we are quite serious here about the leatherback turtles, and we are a very proud nation to welcome them to our shores. So 2 months after the female turtles would have laid their eggs on the sand of the beach, we have hatchlings that emerge from the sand. Approximately 100 may emerge from the sand, and then they quickly make their way to the ocean front. So not only do we have turtles on our shores, and we are the 2nd most prominent destination with a high population of nesting leatherback turtles in the world, but we also have some rare birds that visit our shores as well. Do you know that in Trinidad and Tobago, we have the most species of birds in the entire Caribbean? It is something that we are also proud to mention to you. And if you look on the slide, this bird that you're seeing here is an American golden plover. It's one of the migrant species that augments our resident species during the northern winter. And it is another one of the species that a lot of people are interested in seeing because you just can't see them in every part of the world. And so we are quite happy to let you know that we have the American golden plover amongst other plovers that you would have to come to see. Following that, we have the resident and friend of many, because while this is a very common bird here, it is also not a shy bird. So you go to any beach, any part of the island, and most likely you would spot this, what we call a Trinidad motmot. And by the way, this is a endemic species, only found here in Trinidad and Tobago. Following is the Hudsonian godwit. Now, this is a very rare visitor. And within the last 30 years, this is the 6th time this bird has been documented on the beautiful island of Tobago. So we are a place that you can find some of the very rare species that people spend lots of money and long hours going into various parts of countries just to see. And in Tobago, you don't have to journey too far to see our birds. They are very close within walking distance. So this bird in particular was spotted in the Canaan area, which is pretty much 10 minutes walking distance from the main road, Milford Road. Next, we have the crested caracara. This one is also very rare. It's the largest species of, 2nd largest species of falcon, and it's the largest caracara in the world. And just guess what? We have them right here in Tobago. They frequent our shores. Next, we have the blackneck stilt. This has only been documented 5 times in Tobago. 5 times within the last 30 years. And here is a photo that was taken just 2 weeks ago while on a leisurely walk that I had in a wetland area in Tobago. So we now move to the famous village of Buku. And at Buku, you have famous things that take place there. Every part of the world that you go, you hear about different type of races. You hear about dog races, you hear about horse races, but in Tobago, we are a place where unique things take place. Would you believe if I told you that on the beautiful island of Tobago, we have been racing goats? Yes, we have been racing goats since 1925. Goat racing was introduced by a guy who lived in a village called Bethel nearby to Buku since 1925. And today it's activity that most of the locals and even our tourists would frequent this area when there's goat racing, just to participate, to have a fun time, and even to, you know, just have fun with your friends. And it's something that we look forward to every year. It's a unique activity that is done by unique people. And here is a video, a clip of some tourists along with some locals just having fun trying to race the goats. By the way, these goats are very fast, and if you have to run with them, you have to pretty much be like a Usain Bolt to keep up with these goats. So not only do we have So not only do we have daytime activities, but we do have nighttime activities. What you just saw there is what we call Buku Sunday School. So everywhere in the world, you may hear about Sunday school, and you'll be tempted to believe that you would have to walk with a Bible. But in Sunday school Tobago, you don't walk with a Bible. You walk and dance to the sound of the steel pan, which is our national instrument. And it's pretty much a night of fun, dancing and having a good time under the stars and the moon amongst locals and tourists alike, just enjoying yourself and having a good time, as you can see in the video depicted on the screen. So another nighttime activity that I'm proud to mention is the bioluminescence tour. For those of you who don't know, bioluminescence basically refers to the emission of light by living organisms. We have a lagoon here in Tobago, which measures approximately 12.87 kilometers squared. And in that area is filled with planktons that give off light when they are touched. So in the evening time, we take people via a kayak. You kayak from Pigeon Point area into the Bonaccord Lagoon. And this experience is considered magical experience. You can see the creatures swimming under your kayak, on the side of the kayak. Some of the things you may spot some eagle rays, you may spot turtles, you may spot grouper, all sorts of creatures that frequent this area during the evening time. You have a chance to see them under your kayak. And for those of you who want to get up close with them, okay, the experience is there for you. You can jump in the water, as you can see depicted in the photo above, and swim, and you would see your hands lighten up as you pass them through the water, the warm Caribbean Sea. And of course, how can we have a presentation like this and not mention the many great delicacies that Tobago has to offer? So there is no shortage of great delicacies on the island, but today we're just going to mention two famous ones. We have the curry crab and dumpling. And Stephen can tell you how delicious this tastes. I think every time that he's here, he just can't have enough of it. And continues to put on a little bit of pounds on the belly, but what do you say?
I say don't tell them my secrets, please. Thank you.
So another one of the favorite local dishes that we have on the island is Coco and Callaloo. So the photo that is on your screen is a depiction of what the plant looks like. You may know it in other parts of the world as taro. We call it here dasheen bush. On your left is the dasheen bush, and we also eat the tuber or the root of the plant on your right. And the leaves, we use it to make the callaloo, which is depicted on slide number 20. This is the cooked version of the root or the tuber of the dasheen plant that looks blue, which we also call blue food. And below is what the callaloo and cocoa looks like. So the callaloo looks like a spinach, and on the right of the callaloo is what we call the cocoa, which is made of cornmeal, okra, carrots, coconut, and we put the two together and you get something that is beyond delicious. So thank you for listening to my short presentation. I do hope that you enjoyed, and we do look forward to seeing you and your guests in Tobago. Thank you.
Phil, Mr. Williams, thank you. That was fantastic. Wonderful. Guys, we've had 3 incredible guests today. You'll see in my splash, I'll let the splash continue and keep going. And yeah, that was absolutely wonderful, very informative and very interesting. But Phil, in future, please don't disclose my secrets. Don't tell me my secrets. It's not,
I'll try not
to. No, don't try. Do. Okay? Do not tell people my secrets. Any questions? Has anyone got any questions at all about anything that's been discussed so far, or any queries in general about Tobago? You have Marsha and you have Phil and you have Josanne, who are residents on the island and know everything. Between the 3 of them, can answer anything that you might have. Any questions? Any questions at all, Sarah?
It's just one, which is what's the best time to see baby turtles?
So the season. Yeah. So the season runs from March to the end of August. So 2 months after, then they tend to hatch. So those that are laid in March would hatch in May. So May, June, July, August are the best time to observe the hatchlings making their way back into the water. And by way of information, because the leatherback turtle is considered vulnerable, we have an organization on the island called SOS, which stands for Save Our Sea Turtles. And they pretty much, during the daytime when the turtles hatch, they would take them up and keep them in a safe area. And in the evening time, when it's getting dark here, it gets pretty dark early here on the island. By 6:30 or 7 o'clock, then they would release the turtles to increase the chances of survival of the hatchlings.
Super, thank you very much. No more questions.
No more questions. Okay, well, before we move on to the super bonus, super duper question for that, whoever answers super duper quickly, I just want to remind everyone that we have our online training program. Yes, you've heard from the experts, you've heard from the people on island directly, which is absolutely fantastic, but we do have a really comprehensive online training program at OTT Tobago, so please look that out and complete that online training program. If you do, following this, have any queries at all about Tobago, there you can see my email address there. So I'm going to actually ask Marsha, because it is question time now, Sarah, is it not?
Yes,
Yep.
but before we start the question, can everybody go
before-
to chat and make sure that your drop down says everyone. And just as a reminder, Stephen, you've got a prize to give away today, haven't you?
Yes, we do have a prize. It's £50 credit towards your Tobago Rewards credit, basically. So, or $50 or €50 if anybody on the continent is registered and has joined us today, or if my Canadian and American friends, we also would pay in those denominations. So please, yeah.
So as a reminder, everybody that's live on the webinar today gets one prize draw point. If you are the fastest finger and you answer the question correctly, you'll get 10 points. And then we put you all in a magic spin to win, and I'll let you know the winner tomorrow. Or Stephen will. I'll pass it over to Stephen with a copy of the recording. So everything will be sent out to you, follow up a copy of the recording and the winner's name. So Marsha, are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Okay,
and
go on.
Josan, I hope you're still here. Okay, this question is super easy. How many rooms does Shepherd's Inn have?
Good question. I should stop sharing, shouldn't I? So I can see what's going on.
Okay, so Joanna was the first person who said 31. Is 31 the correct answer?
Josanne?
31?
I think that's the correct answer, but
Yeah.
I think Josanne should say. Josanne, are you there? Are you with
I'm
us?
seeing her.
I can see her lovely face, but I can't see.
Yes, I'm seeing her on. She probably stepped away.
It was
Considering
31. 31 was
every
what I
person
saw.
has said the same thing, and that's what I heard as well. Well, let's go with
Yes. It
31.
was on the slides. I saw it on the
Okay.
slides. So
We have one person with a question, I think. Beverly Key has her hand up.
No, we don't do questions that way. So I think, yeah, don't worry. It's always in the chat as the last option, in Q&A as the first option. So, yep, don't worry. Okay, so that's brought us to the end. So, Joanna, you have your 10 points. Thank you massively to all of the team, Phil, Josanne, Marsha, Kerry, Stephen, for the super amazing presentations. We've learned a lot, and it's just another part of the amazing island of Tobago. So thank you very much, Stephen, for pulling this together for us. Do you have anything to leave on?
well, the only thing I can leave on is to remind you that Tobago is your unspoilt, untouched, and undiscovered paradise. So if you have any customers, any clients where you think that Tobago would be perfect for them, then please explore sending them to Tobago. And if you do get to do a booking, remember to record it and to register it on Tobago Rewards, because we do reward you for every booking you make to Tobago. And finally, thank you very much for joining us. For those who've managed to join all 3 of the webinars this year, in fact, it was 3 since summer. I think we did some earlier on in the year. Those who've joined us for our webinars this year, thank you very, very much. I hope you've enjoyed and learned a lot from these webinars. My guests have been very, very full of information and inspiration as well. And I look forward to organising some more in 2025. Somebody did ask earlier on. Somebody did ask about where to find the. Is that what you were going to say?
Training.
Yes, the webinars, the previous ones we had. Go to tobagorewards.com and go to webinars. There will be a link showing webinars, and that will link and that will show you all the previous webinars, even the ones we did last year, which are all differently themed. We've had ones on adventure, ones focused on romance. We've had ones focused on water sports, ones focused on nature. So we've had lots of really interesting webinars that we've done in the past. So please explore that. Have a look at some of the webinars when you have time, and think of Tobago when you want to, if you have customers who want something beautiful, untouched, authentic Caribbean. There you have it.
There you go. Thank you very much. And Stephen, you're going to send a follow-up out to everybody that's registered.
Yes.
So excellent. Any further questions you've got, drop him a note. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you all very soon in Tobago, hopefully.
Hopefully, that'd be lovely. See you all. Thank you guys very much. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.